I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Could you give a brief history of the Catholic Church? Thank you. Well, you're welcome. What's interesting is this question asks the term Catholic with a capital C. The term Catholic Church with a lowercase c would be the Church Universal, and that church obviously began with what we know as the resurrection of Jesus Christ and the event known as Pentecost, etc. The Catholic with a capital C Church actually was initiated and or started in the early 4th century. And essentially what took place is in those days, what we know as the Roman Empire and the organized Christianity today, for lack of better terms, married one another, and you had emperors establishing popes and popes ordaining emperors, etc. And throughout all of time, for about 1,000 years, you had this true world religion known as Roman Catholicism. Now, I know there was the Great Schism and there was the Crusades. Let's get all through that. But by the time you get to the early 16th century, yes, some 1,200 years later, you have what we know as the Protestant Reformation. Again, obviously created a great schism because you had those who no longer wanted to be a part of what had become so corrupt, they splintered off to what you and I know as today. So again, what we know is a brief history of the capital C Catholic Church did not even start until the early 4th century with Constantine, his declaration. It was that point they took upon leaderships with respective titles, successions, etc. It was at the height through what we know as the Middle or the Dark Ages, and then it had what we know as this Great Reformation, contrary to in the early 1500s. So I don't know if that satisfies the question, but that is as brief a history as I can give about an entity that has been around for some 1,700 years. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.